Thanks for coming to this press conference. I'm not sure it's the first of its kind, but I do think it's something that is going to pave the way for a future in which Coloradans start to take back public safety in the state of Colorado from a legislature that has refused to do so. My name's George Brauchler. I'm the district attorney for the 23rd Judicial District. That's the newest judicial district in Colorado in 60 years. It comprises Douglas County, Elbert, and Lincoln counties. Fentanyl is a poison like nothing I've seen in my 30-plus years of being in the criminal justice system. There are some facts we're all aware of now, that two milligrams of fentanyl is enough to be lethal. We know that whatever efforts the rest of the country is going through have caused a decrease in the number of fentanyl-related deaths, but it's still going to be over 70,000 this year. But right here where we sit, where we do this press conference, Denver is on the cusp of seeing its highest number of overdose deaths ever, the majority of those being fentanyl deaths. In fact, if you look at the Denver Office of the Medical Examiner's own numbers, that over the period of time from January to mid-September of 2025, there are 22% more overdose deaths than there were for that same time period just last year. What we're doing here is not working. It is failing. Right now, as we speak, a guy named Michael Fields, he's in the half-zip shirt, tall guy, thin, younger, not as funny. That guy is delivering about 200,000 plus signatures from Coloradans who have seen enough to know that we can no longer trust the legislature to do the right thing when it comes to protecting us from fentanyl. In November of next year, there's going to be a ballot measure that does something that we should have done years ago, and that is to have a low to no tolerance policy when it comes to drug dealers who peddle fentanyl into our communities. One of the biggest changes of this law, the one that's been needed and begged for right up the road here for the last couple years, is that there is no amount of fentanyl distribution that should be tolerated. And so there won't be. If you sell, if you possess with the intent to sell, you manufacture drugs with fentanyl in them, you are now going to face 8 to 32 years in the Department of Corrections. That's not just justice, that's a deterrent. But at the same time, this measure does something that is also needed, and it provides the appropriate incentive for those who are addicted to this poison to get the treatment, the court-ordered and hopefully resourced treatment that they need to no longer be afflicted with this addiction. There is no way to interpret this as anything other than a willingness to walk away from a legislature that seems like it has turned its backs on the rest of Colorado. Their failures, their repeated failures to address this, and I'm happy at a later time to talk to you about all the changes in the law they've made that make this a much more drug-permissive environment. Their failures have caused Advanced Colorado and all of these good people to say, we're done with you. In Colorado, we can turn to each other to make the right change. That's what's taking place today.